This is the oil temperature gauge. It is showing me the temperature of the oil inside my engine. This is important because I want to check this to make sure that my engine is not overheating. This is the fuel shutoff valve. It is important to locate the fuel shutoff valve before flight in case we have an in-flight emergency. The reason we shut off the fuel would be to reduce the possibilities of a post-crash fire. I'm going to show you a couple components to the oil system on the side of the engine. Right here is our oil cooler. It brings oil from the engine through here, circulates the oil through this oil cooler. Air comes through the squirrel cage blower, through here, blows it through the oil cooler to cool down the oil, then recirculates it back through the engine through the oil lines. Right here we have two oil lines right here, and we have two oil lines coming into our cylinders right here as well. On the passenger side, we have the auxiliary fuel tank. The auxiliary fuel tank holds 10.5 gallons. On top, we have our fueler cap. We have our main tank on the other side. They are connected together through a bleeder valve that allows both of them to drain together at the same time. On the left side of the aircraft is where our main fuel tank is. Right here we have our fueler cap on the top. At the bottom of our fuel tank, we have a place where we can take a sample of our fuel. To work this, we're going to push in on this, fuel is going to come out, and we can sample our fuel for contaminants such as water, dirt, or any other particles that might be in our fuel tank. Right here are our fuel gauges. They're going to show us the quantity of fuel in our fuel tanks. Each aircraft might look a little bit different. This helicopter, we have an aux fuel tank and a main fuel tank, and these gauges are showing us the fuel quantities in those fuel tanks. This is our mixture. This is referring to the air and fuel mixture that's going into our carburetor. If I want full mixture, I'm going to push this down all the way. If I want lean mixture, I'm going to pull this up all the way. This guard is there to help me to not inadvertently pull mixture during flight. This is the oil pressure gauge. This shows us the oil pressure of the oil in the engine. When the engine is off, we're going to have 0 oil pressure. During flight, this needle needs to be within the green arc. Oil pressure is created by the circulation of oil through our engine, and this gauge is showing us how much pressure is being created. This is the oil temperature gauge. It is showing me the temperature of the oil inside my engine. This is important because I want to check this to make sure that my engine is not overheating.